Hello everyone, how are you? Hope you are doing very well. Welcome to our science class today. Today we will learn about hot and cold, which is about temperature and thermometer. So today we will cover page 358 and 359. If you are ready for the class, please open page 358. Let's read it. Hot and cold. At the beach you can feel the difference between hot sand and cold water, because their temperature is different from each other. So, how do you measure how warm something is? Remember thermometer. Why we were using thermometers? We use thermometers to measure temperature, right? So, if you want to understand how warm something is, you can use thermometer by using temperature via thermometer. So, what scale is used to measure the room's temperature? In Turkey, we generally use Celsius scale, but in America, people generally use Fahrenheit scale. Because of this, the thermometer includes both of them, Fahrenheit scale and Celsius scale. Okay, let's check what does it mean temperature. Temperature is another physical property. So, temperature is a measure of how warm something is. Please underline this sentence. You probably describe temperature without even knowing it. When you say a bowl of soup is hot, you are describing its temperature or how much heat energy it has. If you put a thermometer in the soup, you could actually measure its temperature. Okay? So, let's check. Most weather reports use the Fahrenheit scale. So, on this scale, water becomes ice at 32 degrees. Water boils at 212 degrees. So, let's circle Fahrenheit because this is important for us, Fahrenheit scale. And the other scale is the Celsius scale. Right now we will compare them. How can I know this scale? So I know 32 degrees Fahrenheit equals 0 degrees Celsius, and I know 212 degrees Fahrenheit equals 100 degrees Celsius. So, in accordance with this knowledge, I can say water becomes ice at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius, and water boils at 215 degrees Fahrenheit, or I can say it boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Okay? Right now let's check my thermometer. It says what temperature does the thermometer show? We will write it by using Celsius and Fahrenheit. Which temperature in Celsius? I know it's higher than 20 and it's less than 30, right? And there is a line here. This line is kinda longer than the other lines. So this is represent 25. So I can say this temperature is between 20 and 25. But in which line? So if I count lines, I can say the temperature is 23 degrees Celsius. And when I check Fahrenheit, I can say it is 75 degrees Celsius. Okay, now let's look at some temperatures. It's warm outside. When I check the thermometer, right? Because I can see it's 28 degrees Celsius or 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, let's check the other. So I know things can get really hot when you are cooking. Be careful. It say be careful. Right now I can say the temperature is 225 degrees Celsius or 437 degrees Fahrenheit. It's so hot right now, so don't touch it when you cook something. What about third picture? It's freezing because this is ice. I know ice is 0 degrees Celsius or 32 degrees Fahrenheit. They are equal to each other. What about the water temperature? It's warm because I can say the water is 23 degrees Celsius Or I can say the temperature is about 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Right now let's talk about some fever. When you say you have a fever, actually you are talking about your body's temperature. So for example, this temperature, we can say it is 38 degrees Celsius or 101 degrees Fahrenheit. What about when you boil the water? We say water boils at 100 degrees Celsius or 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Good job. According to these examples, right now we can fill the gaps. It say, write the air temperature and water temperature on the lines, then color the thermometer to show the temperature of the sand. Air temperature. Let's check my thermometer first. The right side represents for degrees Celsius, the left side represents for the degrees Fahrenheit. So when I check for Celsius first, I can see this temperature is between 30 and 40, and I know there is a longer line here. So I can say this temperature is between 30 and 35. If I want to find the exact temperature, I need to count the lines here. So 30, 31, and it will be equal 32. So it's equal to 32 degrees Celsius. What about Fahrenheit? When I check Fahrenheit part, when I check the left part, I can see this line is equal to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, right? Good job. What about the water temperature? It says you can feel the sand's higher temperature and the water's lower temperature. So let's check my thermometer right now. I can see it's between almost 20, right? So I can say the temperature of water 20 degrees Celsius when I check the right side. But when I check Fahrenheit, I can see it's between 60 and 70, and it's so close to 70. So when I count the lines, I can see this is equals to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Good. What about sand temperature? It say the sand's temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. Show that temperature on the thermometer. In accordance with Celsius, I need to check it. So it means I need to check the right side, 4 degrees Celsius. Right now, I need to put my line until 37 degrees Celsius. It's between 30 and 40. And I know this longer line is represent 35. So it should be longer than 35. If I want to color it, I'll color it until 37. Good job. So, why do the thermometers have two scales on them? What is two scales? Degrees Celsius and degrees Fahrenheit. Why do we need to use both of them? So, while measuring something, actually we are using both of them to measure temperature. Like we said, in Turkey we generally use degrees Celsius. But some people, especially in America, they use degrees Fahrenheit. Because of this, thermometers has both of them, degrees Celsius and degrees Fahrenheit. For your homework, page 360 and until page 362. This 3 page is your homework. Okay, thank you so much. Take care of you.